Tom. What do you think makes a good ball player?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'd like to introduce my starting quarterback from this past season, Tom Brady. If any colleges or coaches are interested in seeing more of Tom, we have a whole list of past plays that you can sort of look over the 10-game period of last season.
When you watch Tom, you saw this tall, gangly-looking kid, looked like haven't ever seen a weight room. Ran a 5.2 something. One of the slowest quarterbacks in the combine. Does he wow you throwing the ball? Mm-mm. There were some other guys that could shoot it, and he had just an okay arm. Did his coaches at Michigan really stand on the table and say, this is the greatest thing since Joe Montana? No, not even close. They had to decide if it was he or Drew Henson.
This is the draft report on you. Basically, it goes poor build, skinny, lacks great physical stature and strength,
lacks mobility and ability to avoid the rush, lacks a really strong arm, can't drive the ball downfield, does not throw a really tight spiral.
System-type player who can get exposed if forced to add lift.
and gets knocked down easily.
That kind of gets me fired up because I'm thinking, what the hell do these people know? I mean, that sounds like Joe Montana right there.
Name the guys that were picked ahead of you, Tom.
The quarterbacks, Chad Pennington was picked in the first round. Chris Redman was picked in the third round. Giovanni Carmazzi was picked in the third round, I think. T. Martin was picked in the fifth round. Spurgeon Wynn was picked. There was one other guy, small school guy, Mark Bolger.
But everyone knows at this time it's time to really focus in on this really other important part of my life, and that's football and the things I had to do to help our team be successful.
Go!
Well, yeah, I think the only way to play well is to practice well. I have little things that may be sore from a day-to-day basis because you're always pushing the limits. And when you're pushing the limits to get better, a lot of the times, the limits push back. Mental toughness is such an important part of athletics.
Hey, we ain't done, fellas!
And it's such an important part of life because you're going to face a lot of adversities. And you've got to embrace those challenges, and you've got to overcome them.
Great comeback, guys!
It's too big. 41 seconds left. He's a guy that can find ways to win games for you. Caught! Troy Brown at the 40. Setting up the winning field goal to beat us.
It's good! And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions! The Patriots are Super Bowl champions! Yeah, baby! Way to go, 12! Oh, man, baby, you are the man!
Every man in this room is counting on you. And every player that's ever worn this helmet is counting on you. I didn't have an easy experience. I didn't come in as a top-rated recruit. I didn't come in with the opportunity to play right away. I had to earn it. And you know what the greatest honor I've ever received as a player is? In my fourth year and my fifth year, I was named team captain. That, to this day, is the single greatest achievement I've ever had as a football player. And after 14 years, I love the game more than I've ever loved it. But where did I learn to love for the game? Where did I learn to practice? Where did I learn to compete? It was sitting in the same chairs that you guys are sitting in today.
You're a father now. 3 kids. Has that made you a better player?
I would say it's made me a better teammate. It's an evolution as a person, and I think my appreciation for the game is at the highest it's ever been. And I think because the priorities, you have your priorities and you make your priorities. So my family is, 1, and then football is 1A, and when it's family time, it's family time, and when it's football time, it's football time. And when I'm playing football, I appreciate it. I'm nowhere else. I'm in the present. It's probably the best part about my life is that to be in the present. You talk about how do you enjoy your life? How do you find balance? Right? It's to live in the present. To live like a kid. Like, why do kids have so much fun? Because they just care about what they're doing.
Yeah.
And if we thought about what we were doing all the time, You do that when you're on the football field. It's probably the only place that I can really do that, when I really, truly am my authentic self. I mean, a lot of people see it, my close friends do. But when I'm on the football field, it's just raw.
Well, I tell you, it's gone fast. I mean, I still can't believe, like, you know, already this season, I'm like, we're already 5 games into the year. I mean, it's unbelievable how the time has just flown by. And I still approach it like I did that first year. I mean, I also, you know, I got my opportunity, you know, when someone else got injured. And, you know, you never know when your last game's going to be. So, you know, you just enjoy the moments, you enjoy the years. And when you enjoy it and you're having fun like I'm having, and we won, they go really fast. So I think a lot of things have changed since then, obviously. Like everyone's life, you evolve over, you know, certain periods of time. And, you know, I'm in a great place. I love what I'm doing. I love my career. I love, you know, my family's great, so I'm very blessed.
I remember playing at Reardon. It was late in the game. We were losing. And my number was called. It was great to finally be playing. Until after a few plays, Coach Joe O'Connor yelled from the sideline, "Brady, you look like you're running in slow motion." Which was true then, and is still true today. I know, Mom. My mom still thinks I'm the fastest one out there for me. She says, "Honey, don't say that. You're fast." But we all have experiences that we dream about and that we look forward to. And when we get them, they don't always go our way. I learned that as a freshman on the football field just outside of this gym. And again, I learned it as a second-year player who finally got a chance to play in college. Unfortunately, I learned it 3 weeks ago in our loss to the Giants in Super Bowl 46. But I've always been blessed with the support of my family and friends, and also with coaches that committed their best to me. And with each opportunity came an understanding of the things that it takes to be successful. And often this happens through trial and error, and sometimes through outright failure, because Lord knows I made plenty of mistakes. So whether I was learning through watching, as I did my freshman year at Sarah, or playing and making mistakes over the course of my career, I've continued to learn to embrace every hardship and to seize every opportunity on and off the field. The owner of my current team, Robert Kraft, has told me time and time again, every bump is a bounce. So when I learned very quickly as a professional was that your job is always on the line. I'm in a what have you done for me lately type business. As in all businesses, there are disclosures. In investments, it says past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But that pretty much sums up the NFL. And there are always going to be younger and hungrier athletes competing to take your spot. I got my opportunity when incumbent starter Drew Bledsoe got injured in my second year. And all of the practices and meetings and time spent on these fields and in this gym and in those classrooms prepared me to take advantage of the opportunity.